Tourism Pathshala. It will transform your dream into reality.
Good evening, my dear student. Today we going to study the detailed analysis of the fare construction. So, airfare construction are based on what is termed as a mileage system, and it identifies the permitted total ticket point mileage between two non-stop destination or transit point. So one important thing we have to remember, the based on the mileage system, MPM, maximum permitted mileage, it identifies the permitted total ticket point mileage between TPM, between two non-stop destination, and it also provide the destination or transit point and provide the official distance used between two cities. Important code are the fare construction. Number one, FCP is a very important fare construction point. Second, the TPM, ticket point mileage. Third important code, MPM, maximum permitted mileage from origin to destination. Fourth, NUC, fare as per routing, maybe OW. OW means on the way, one way, or RT. RT means return trip. ROE, rate of exchange, at a fair rate of exchange. Next, different rules, condition will be applied. Next important step will follow the EMA, extra mileage allowances. Next, EMS, excess mileage surcharge if required. Next important point will be calculated HIP, higher intermediate point fare, mandatory. Next, CF, construct fare under the NUC, neutral unit construction, and TCF, total fare in local currency. So these are the important steps of fare construction. Now we are going to understand in the detail of the fare construction with the case study. Now we are going to understand the detailed analysis of the fare construction. The first point is the fare construction point. So what do you mean by fare construction point? The point of origin and point of destination of the journey are fare construction point. The point of origin যেখান থেকে জার্নি স্টার্ট হচ্ছে, and point of destination যেখানে আমাকে গিয়ে পৌঁছাতে হবে of the journey are fare construction point. FCP is any of the cities of an itinerary used at the start and finish of the particular fare. So fare construction point is any of the cities of an itinerary use the start and finish of the particular fare. FCP means the terminal point of an fare component. Next, a fare component is defined as a portion of itinerary between two consecutive fare construction points. So, a fare component is defined as a portion of itinerary portion between two consecutive fare construction points. If journey has only one fare component, the point of origin and destination are the only fare construction point. This happens when journey is done by direct flight. So fare construction point, one situation can be happen the direct flight. The another situation can be happen basically the fare break point. Fare break point, basically fare break point means the destination where give fare end. So there are two kinds of situation can be happen the fare construction point. One, the direct flight, one situation. Second, another situation, fare break point. For example, the fare break point for passenger flying from Washington DC to Kansas City via Sylveland in Kansas City. One or more fare component create an itinerary. So this is the fare construction. Second, number two, ticket point mileage. Ticket point mileage. What is ticket point mileage? TPM can be defined as the actual number of miles that are used for constructing an itinerary between two point or city. তাহলে টিকিট পার মাইলেজকে বলা হচ্ছে যে অ্যাকচুয়াল নাম্বার অফ মাইল বিকজ ইজ আ কনস্ট্রাক্টিং the an itinerary between two point or city. TPM can be ticket point mileage can be greater or less or equal to the MPM. MPM means maximum permitted mileage. Since TPM is the actual mile that are used for constructing a particular itinerary. So TPM is the actual number of miles. TPM can be greater than MPM, equal MPM or less than MPM. TPM constantly change. TPM ticket point mileage constantly change as they are based on scheduled flight or new route wherein as new route as added or other route are decommissioned. New route যদি added হয় বা নতুন কোনো route decommission হয় বা stop হয় বা scheduled flight এর উপর বেস করে TPM constantly ticket point mileage can be changed. It is therefore the important to use the latest TPM data set for fare construction and pricing. The important to use the latest TPM data set fare construction and pricing time to time updated. Next important topic is the maximum permitted mileage MPM. So it is the maximum mileage that may be traveled for a fare component. একটা fare component সবচেয়ে বেশি মাইলেজ আমি অ্যাভেল করতে পারবো, that is called the maximum permitted mileage. In fare construction, maximum permitted mileage distance represent maximum distance to specific international points established on the basis of the shortest combination of non-stop sector. The MPM is the maximum distance between two specific international points. An MPM manual contain the close to 7 million MPM distance. So there are, if আপনারা দেখতে পাবেন যে MPM manually by 7 million, 1 million means 10 lakhs, 7 million 70 lakh MPM manual content রয়েছে. MPM also constantly change as they based on scheduled flight where new route are added or the other route or other routes are decommissioned. The MPM constant MPM and TPM constant, the 2 point we have got. The TPM, in the case of TPM and MPM, they constantly change according to air schedule, new route, etc. Third, we will get the neutral unit of construction or NUC. The neutral unit of construction. NUC stands for the neutral unit of construction. NUC is the unit used to build fare between two cities. NUC is a common unit which is used globally for constructing mileage-based fare by all airlines. NUC is a unit, I repeat again, NUC is a unit used to build fare between two cities. দুটো সিটির মধ্যে ফেয়ার ক্যালকুলেশন করতে NUC ইউজ হচ্ছে, নিউট্রাল ইউনিট অফ কনস্ট্রাকশন. NUC is the common unit which is used globally for constructing mileage based fare by all airlines. NUC is equivalent to US dollar and has been designated IATA as the sole unit of constructing a fare between two cities. The IATA NUC কে ডিজাইন করে রেখেছে for the sole unit of constructing fare between two cities. The neutral unit construction is a common denominator. It's a very important point. The neutral unit of construction is a common denominator used to calculate total when adding fare in different currencies. Fares are calculated entirely in local currency for journey from the UK. from the UK. That is the GBP, Great Britain pound. For journey from France, it is the euro and so on. And neutral unit construction are converted. This is a very important point. Neutral unit of construction are converted into local currency pair by applying IATA rate of exchange. Our next important point, rate of exchange. In the rate of exchange, IATA rate of exchange provide monthly updated of IATA currency rate of exchange used by the industry for fare or rate construction. IATA rate of exchange governed by passenger composite resolution 024C, and it enables to build fare in the neutral unit of construction. Now, IATA rate of exchange is very important. According to world currency, IATA rate of exchange has been controlled. There are world currency published and monitored against three basic currency, mainly Euro, GBP, Great Britain pound, and US dollar. Next important point is the rules and condition. The IATA identify the rule number, if any, then follow the relevant condition. Number one, number one, revenue management system. What is revenue management system? The different airlines create their own fare basis using the basic rule and principle of IATA. The IATA basic rule এবং principle এর উপর বেস করে different airline create their own fare basis. তারা তাদের fare base ঠিক করছে. These fare bases are depend on several factor and condition. A factor and condition can be seasonality, time of week, period of application, stopover, and flight application, transfer and flight application. These are the condition. A condition upor base kore je different airline create their own fare basis. Is a part of revenue management system. The first alphabet of the fare basis is known as the reservation booking designator, RBD, reservation booking designator. So the first alphabet of fare basis is the RBD and indicate the booked cabin and fare, the airfare classes. As example, if P are the later most commonly used, the indicate the first class. In the case of P means premium class. এই alphabet গুলো letter গুলো generally used হয় for first class indication. JCDZ, this letter most often used to prepare business or executive class. Y is almost universally used to indicate full fare economy ticket. BHLMB, this letter indicate the subclasses. Or XUR are a few of letter commonly used to indicate the fare purchased from a consolidator. So these are the airfare classes. And revenue management, the revenue management করার সময় airfare number one fare basis airline করছে কি create their own fare basis based on the different condition, seasonality, time, period of application, stopovers, transfer. And another important consideration is the airfare classes. According to airfare classes, they select their fare basis. Next important area under the section, the fare inclusion. Any tax or charge imposed by government or other authority by the operator of airport. Airline pay GDS. Airline ke GDS ke pay korte, GDS Global Distribution Software, which is known as the distribution cost. GDS then pay OTA to close the sale. The GDS online travel agent, GDS then pay GDSO online travel agent ke pay korche. Travel agent booking from GDS terminal pay fee for using its services. Customer booking via OTA sometimes pay service fees. So these are the fare inclusion area. And next important point, point number 7, that is the extra mileage allowances. What is extra mileage allowances? Is the applicable for routing throughout the globe via certain point. Hence, it is essential to always check for EMA table before applying the surcharge for an itinerary. When traveling via certain city, the extra mileage allowance পড়ছে applicable হচ্ছে কখন throughout the globe via certain point, and hence it is essential to always check for EMA. As an example, EMA Europe, South Asian subcontinent, and to some case via both Mumbai, Delhi, or Mumbai via Delhi, Delhi via Mumbai, Islamabad and Karachi, এই সমস্ত সিনারিও, মিডল ইস্ট, ইউরোপ, লিবিয়া, এই সমস্ত জোনগুলোর মধ্যে দিয়ে যখন যাচ্ছে এয়ারলাইন্স, তখন কিন্তু এক্সট্রা মাইলেজ অ্যালাউন্স অ্যাপ্লিকেবল হচ্ছে। নেক্সট point number 8, excess mileage surcharge. What is excess mileage surcharge? The main keyword when TPM ticket point mileage exceed MPM, maximum permitted mileage. EMS is calculated when TPM or the total number of mile flown exceed MPM, maximum permitted mile. It is a scenario when TPM exceed MPM, is surcharge is added. যখন TPM MPM কে এক্সিট করে যাচ্ছে, তখন এক্সট্রা সারচার্জ পড়ছে। এক্সিট সারচার্জ is added to fare basis. In the event that mile is exceed, a সারচার্জটা অনেক সময় 5 থেকে 25% can be assessed. Surcharge between 5% to 25% can be assessed for additional 5 to 25% mileage respectively. For example, more than 5% but not more than 10, not more than 5%, in the case 5% surcharge introduced হচ্ছে। More than 5% but not more than 10%, এই ক্ষেত্রে 10% surcharge, more than 10% but not more than 15%, 15% surcharge introduced হচ্ছে। More than 15% but not more than 20%, the 20%, and finally 25%. Next important point, higher intermediate point fare, that is called HIP. It is a fare component check with ensure that the fare is NUC, neutral unit construction, from fare component origin to fare component destination is not lower than NUC for any intermediate ticket point in the same component. কি হচ্ছে, the HIP check is always undertaken to form intermediate stopover point regardless where the passenger buy ticket, whether the ticket is issued. The HIP check, higher intermediary point check, is made for each fare component by comparing the published fare form, fare component origin to each intermediary stopover point, each intermediary stopover point to each subsequent intermediary stopover point, each intermediary stopover point to subsequent fare breakpoint or destination. So check always to and from intermediary stopover point. Higher intermediary point fare is another important issue. In any routing permitted at the direct route normal fare, there is a higher direct route normal fare of the same class between any 2 points. The fare from the component must be raised on the level of such higher fare. And HIP check is one of the most common check used in fare construction. HIP stands for higher intermediate point. So our next point, where checking the HIP is necessary, it is necessary to validate the following condition: day of week, fare level, condition of higher intermediary point fare, number of stopover, flight application, seasonality, number of transport. These are the condition has been involved with the higher HIP, higher intermediary point. There are some case the exemption of higher intermediary point fare. There are several exemptions to the HIP check have been filed by various countries and carriers. In the case of India, for a passenger originating from India for travel destination to US and Canada, when stopover are taken in Europe or UK, higher intermediary fare are not applicable from the point of Europe, UK to Asia and Canada. এটা এই ব্যাপারটা এক্সাম্পশন ছাড়টা ডিপেন্ড করছে country to country or different airlines carry. Next important point, constructed fare. The fare calculated after applying all the rule is known as constructed fare and it's represented in the form of NUC value, neutral unit value. Constructed fare form of neutral unit construction value. And it, it's a very important topic, the fare calculation, the constructed fare. Then important is top important step to follow the total fare in local currency. The international fare are published in local currency, fare which is normally the national currency of the country of commencement of international transportation. যেখান থেকে ট্রান্সপোর্টেশনটা স্টার্ট হচ্ছে, যেখান থেকে এয়ার জার্নি স্টার্ট হচ্ছে, সেই কান্ট্রির কারেন্সিটাকেই ধরা হয় টোটাল ফেয়ার ইন লোকাল কারেন্সি. ফর এক্সাম্পল, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ফেয়ার ফ্রম মালয়েশিয়া are denominated in Malaysian ringgit, which is the national currency of Malaysia. These countries are divided into two main groups, namely US dollar or euro. US dollar countries are two countries are publishing the fare in euro. There are a group of countries that express their local currency fare in currency other than their own national currency. This is a very important point. International fares are published in the local currency, fare which is normally the national currency of the country's commencement of international transit. যেখান থেকে যে কান্ট্রি থেকে জার্নি স্টার্ট হচ্ছে. Our next important thing we have to remember, that is a case study. Case study for fare construction. In I already discussed the important code of the fare construction. This is the case study. As a case study, the step for one-way fare construction, that is one-way. One-way journey is composed of place of origin and place of destination, which are mandatory. Apart from the intermediate point, could also be involved, whether to the passenger choice or flight connection purpose. In the one-way journey, the origin and destination are never the same. In the one-way journey fare construction, without intermediary point, there's a two kinds of situation can be happen. One-way journey without intermediary points. Another is one-way fare construction with intermediary point. So when the origin and destination are connected directly without any intermediary point, then such fare are deemed to be direct fare and need no fare construction, can be quoted as published either by carrier or the pact. As an example, Bombay to Bahari, BOMBAH, Bombay to Bahrain fare NUC 210 is direct published fare and need no further fare construction. The one-way fare construction with intermediate point. In case when one-way journey involved intermediate point, such fare need to be constructed between origin and destination involving the such intermediary point as per the following IATA Rupta fare formula. Example, Bombay to Bahrain, then FRA means Frankfurt. In this case, it would not be always possible to apply Bombay-Frankfurt direct fare, as journey involved the intermediate point. Bahrain here, hence the fare need to be constructed accordingly. The steps are following steps should be followed. First of all, FCP, fare construction point. Second, NUC, national unit of construction from origin to destination. Third, different rule would be applied. Then calculation MPM, maximum permitted mileage. Then ticket point mileage would be calculated. Then EMA means extra mileage allowance or TPM deduction. EMS, extra mileage surcharge, would be applied. HIP at the higher intermediary point fare form. Next, rules: AF, applicable fees. Check BHC, backhaul formula. Then we calculate the total number, and these are the area. As an example, the construct the cheapest fare for the booking as per the details given below. These are the examples. So economy, first of all, economy class fare MPM and TPM. From Delhi to Dubai, TPM, ticket per mileage, one way. OW means one way. NEC means neutral unit construction. RT means return trip neutral unit construction. And GI, global index, and MPM, maximum permitted mileage. They have already given this. From Delhi to Dubai, Copenhagen, TPM, one-way charge, return charge, MPM charge. They have, this is the give. They have the given. Okay. So these are the solution. The solution. How can we solve this calculation? Fare construction point. The Y class. Y means economic class. One way. Step 1, convert booking into routing as below, checking no stopover, and mention the ticket point mileage for each city pair travel in the routing. First step on TPM. Second step to construct fare as per the mileage principle. Okay, TPM, ticket point mileage, MPM, maximum permitted mileage, neutral unit construction, rate of exchange, rule as per fare basis, apply the extra mileage allowance, EMS, extra mileage surcharge, higher intermediary point fare. These are the step, the model example, and finally calculate CF, construct fare minus HIP fare, highest higher intermediate point fare plus EMS, extra mileage surcharge, and total. Then we will get the LCF, the local currency fare, minus current local currency fare minus CF construct fare, and we will get the total number. The total fare is based on fare plus taxes. So these are the important steps to calculation for the uh, construction point, fare construction point, or our calculation of the construct the cheapest fare, the booking as per the detail given below. We have got this is the one way fare construction with intermediate point. So these are the important steps. Why it is important this topic? Because this topic important. There is so many code language terms and terminology. This is very important for our upcoming exam, as well as we will get and understand the detailed steps and analysis the fare construction. So this topic is very essential, which is NEET and JRF, and also important for our bachelor and master degree course. So keep touch with this channel, try to understand step by step. I will try my level best. Thank you.